taxpayers, you're back with MrTaxes.ca with special guests and our special co-host. Make sure and tune in weekly Wednesday mornings, 9 a.m. Pacific time, 12 noon Central. Remember to subscribe and remember to smash, bash, and kick it in the you-know-what with that like button if you want more videos like this. And there you have it, the intro. I think we're going to shoot a new intro. We got to get a couple of our guests on the intro.
Yeah, that would be cool. Get a couple of guests.
And our co-host.
Yeah, there you go.
Our special co-host. What week are we?
Well, I'm looking at the numbers and it's saying 36.
Yeah, there's a hint. Our moderator is away today, so we're going to have to keep an eye on the chat area. If you're watching this on the replay on YouTube, you won't be able to chat live, but get your questions in. Our contact info for Jesse in Alberta and east towards Ontario. Reach out to Jesse. Our contact info will be on at the end of the webinar here. But this is our weekly Dollar Tax Club side hustle for your side hustle webinar, where affiliates come to, I guess, get some hacks, some tips, some tricks. But 50% of this is helping them on the business side. You know, with the tax strategies, etc. Once they start growing their business or they're trying to recruit members to their team, one of the number one tax saving strategies in Canada is self-employment. And how do you do that? By getting a side hustle.
Yeah, that's what I love about these webinars. We cover a wide range of things: tax strategies, affiliate marketing hacks, all sorts of different stuff. Learn from special guests.
Yeah, it's I guess that's how we partnered up, Jesse, because it's complementary for business. There's different parts of business. There's sales, there's marketing, there's administration, there's accounting, there's bookkeeping, there's payroll. We could probably rattle off a dozen different components of different businesses. But one of the main ones is the government has their hands in your pocket, and that's our side. And Jesse, you take care of the affiliate marketing side with your tips and insights every week. And we got some exciting guests, I think, coming up. We're going to put our dream list of guests. We'll put that out in week number 37 next week, but we're going to compile that list, the top 10 affiliate marketers that we believe are out there that could bring value to the Canadian audience. We'll get that out next week. But for the agenda weekly, I'll let Jesse rattle it off here.
So we're going to go through what you're going to learn, a little bit of Robert and Jesse's intro, some tips, jokes, motivation, affiliate hacks, tax hacks, all sorts of good information there. Learning what you're going to learn. That's kind of it's a tongue twister.
It's redundant. Because we know we're going to learn something.
And then we're going to go through some Q&A at the end for anyone who has any questions. We don't like to leave questions unanswered. So
yeah, and especially if you're watching this on the replay, you won't be able to pop your questions in on the YouTube channel. But if you're watching live, get your questions in. And again, if you're watching on the replay, remember to like, subscribe, and put your comments in below. If you got ideas for upcoming guests or you want to get on the webinar, just reach out, let us know.
Yeah, it's always good to hear from other people. Get their insight, hear what they're up to.
So week 36, we've been doing this since late last year, late 2021. We are in 2022 to ruin the evergreen experience. We are in September 2022, but this is our 36th webinar of the year. We have a lot of webinars in the can, and they're all on our YouTube channel. So if you like what you hear and you're getting some valuable tips or some golden nuggets, whatever you want to call them, go back through the other webinars. You'll get insights from some of the guests we've had on. And again, we're looking at bringing in some big names for, to finish off the year strong.
Nowhere but up from here.
It's nowhere ever but up. Yeah, it's when I was in the roofing business 20 years ago, we always had a joke, we always start at the top. That's when you're stripping a roof, you start at the top, work your way down, and then you work your way back up.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Where are we on the slides? We are at the intros. So Jesse, you want to introduce me, and then I'll give you some accolades, and then we'll get into the webinar.
Yeah, sounds good. So Mr. Taxes has been trademarked and backdated back to 1984. The name Mr. Taxes came from a high school friend who you were doing some taxes for, and he was an Italian, right?
Italian guy. And I just actually had a chat with an old friend who brought his name up, and it's a great memory because I never thought of doing income tax as a business. And, when I had my injury back in 96, about, oh gosh, that's 27 years ago now, didn't know what I was going to do. I was sitting in a human resource office here in New Westminster, British Columbia, and was typing with two fingers, well, pretty much one finger typing, and the other finger was reading along the notes, and didn't know how to use a computer, didn't know what I was going to do. And then they suggested, accounting. I went into the accounting office, and they said, well, have you ever done any income tax work? And luckily, growing up, I think everybody in Canada has taken a stab at doing their own income tax work. So that's where I got the bug.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a cool story about how it came about, and you never probably imagined that you'd be where you are from that name.
Yeah, no, and it's stuck, and luckily the name was available, got it trademarked. And Jesse, when we started working together, we were interested. We work with a lot of clients in the affiliate marketing industry, hence, the side hustle for your side hustle, the premise around this webinar and our business model. But we were working with a lot of affiliate marketers, and we had somebody come on, help us set up our first marketing funnel. And then he went off to bigger and better things, started his own Action Live Sports Club. That's Aaron Fraser, and he's doing great with that. So all the power to him. And Jesse stepped up to come in and help us bring our affiliate marketing program to the next level, hence the name for his business. But he's been doing it for quite a while. You can see in the notes here back to 2016. He's been the leader of 3 global affiliate marketing companies, one in the insurance industry. And after the fact, we found out that Jesse was life insurance licensed. And we were wanting to move east outside of BC. So we got licensed in Alberta. Jesse's taking the helm and running the insurance division. So if anybody's interested in life insurance, seeing what it can offer, seeing the benefits of life insurance while you're still alive, reach out to Jesse.
Yep. It's a passion of mine.
It is a passion. How about your story, Jesse? For those who haven't heard it, a little story about why you're so passionate about insurance. I mean, when you're at dinner parties and people, and you mention to people that you're life insurance licensed. Well, actually, you don't get invited to dinner parties when they find out your life insurance license, but when they do, you can see the blood run from their face. Yeah. Usually,
it's kind of like telling them you're a car salesman.
Yeah.
No, it's definitely not. And it's just the industry in general. Sales, insurance, all of those words, taxes. They're not looked upon in a positive light typically. So when I got into the life insurance industry, the story kind of came from my mom passed away when I was 18 years old. Yeah, I just turned 18, I believe, or 19, and she passed away. And she was set up with life insurance, and it did end up benefiting both me and my brother and the family in certain aspects. You can never replace a loved one, and I would give all of the money back just for one more day with her, obviously. But at the end of the day, what happened was she had life insurance. Things did financially kind of help out in that hard time. But the thing that I learned in that experience, I don't think I've ever even shared this part of it, was that because of the policies that she had, things were a little bit complicated, and there was a long period of uncertainty of whether we were actually going to receive any of the claims or not. So my mom passed away very suddenly. It was on New Year's Eve. She was out with her friends. I was out with my friends. My brother was out with his friends. We were all just kind of doing our own thing. And what happened was I left my vehicle at her house on New Year's Eve. And then I went back to my place for the night. And then I took a cab back to her house in the morning to pick up my car. And I ended up finding her in the front yard. It was too late at that point. There was nothing we could have done. I called 911, police showed up, fire trucks showed up, ambulance showed up, everyone showed up. And they essentially told, us that there's no coming back from this one. So it was very sudden. There was no prehistoric health problems. Like, we didn't see this coming. The night before, she was perfectly healthy. I gave her a hug, said, you know, you have fun tonight. She said, you have fun tonight. We went, we did our own things. And that was the last interaction I had with her. So because of the complicated nature of her death and just uncertainty, honestly, I'm going to go a little bit deep in this because I feel it's relevant. What happened was, through the coroner's report and through the autopsy and everything, they didn't find a cause of death. This is the second time in Alberta's coroner's report history, in all of the history, that they have come to an undetermined cause of death. It's insane. So still to this day, we have no idea what happened. We don't know if there was foul play involved or, you know, if there was drugs involved. I mean, the autopsy and toxicology showed no crazy signs of drugs or alcohol abuse or anything like that. There was no signs of physical abuse, or, you know, it's just a total mystery. It's an unknown, and I could go, you know, super deep into it, but I'll kind of leave it at that. But because of the unknown nature and because of the cause of death coming back to us being unknown, it literally says cause of death unknown. It's so strange. So insurance companies, they don't like to pay out when that's the case, right? Because they like to know what happened, what was the cause of death. And when they get that, it just caused a lot of different issues. So that's kind of honestly what started me in this whole path, was just that alone. Fortunately, my cousin's a lawyer and he was able to help us, you know, figure it out and get some of the money out of the insurance company, which helped. But at the end of the day, that's what kind of started the education process for me to understand, how does life insurance work? And then that's what made me want to get set up so that when something happens to me, my kids will be taken care of. I did not understand the tax strategies at the time, or the benefits, or the living benefits that can come from the policies. So I got set up with my own policies, me and my wife, and we set our kids up and everything. And then a few years went by and I started to dig through the policies that we had again. And that's when I started to dig even deeper into learning a little bit more about it. And honestly, it just kind of, since I was 18 years old, through that experience and through a couple other things that happened, I found a true passion for just helping people get set up properly, because this is something that you pay for your entire life with no real intention, unless you're using it for a tax strategy or business strategy. You don't really have an intention of using this while you're alive, right? So you pay for it forever. You don't have any benefit from it typically, right? And so I just like, you know, helping people get set up with the proper policies, and understand what they have and how to use it, not only when you're dead, but when you're alive as well. So long story short, that's kind of how I got into the industry.
That's quite the story. You get to learn quite a bit about you, Jesse, on these webinars, and thanks for sharing that. That is pretty deep, and unknown cause of death must leave some unanswered questions, you know, even after all these years. But what I like about that story is it got you passionate about helping other people, and that's why I do what I do as well. You know, a different story on my side, but thanks for sharing.
Yeah, that's the part of the story I don't usually go into. That I don't think I've ever even talked about it. That's probably the first time, but you know, it's part of the journey, and it's part of. I don't want to sell a policy just to sell a policy. I want to sell a policy when it's the right one for the right person.
That's great, and we're putting a little series together. We already recorded the first episode, Jesse and I. You know, one of the episodes is going to be what we call the dime method, how to calculate the base amount that you need for your policy, so you're not oversold on a policy and not undersold. You know, we only want people to have the right policy in place for when they need it. And, you know, if you do have a policy already, you can use that little formula, you know, so tune into that little series. It'll be in the YouTube channel, but watch out for that little series, because that calculation will help you determine whether, if you already have insurance, whether or not you have too much, right? Maybe drop the premiums a little bit. You know, if you're overinsured, you know, maybe pass that policy off to your kids if you don't need it, or if you don't have loved ones or somebody to leave the money to, work on a strategy so that when you're still alive, you can do a charitable donation with the premiums, to a registered charity. There's lots of strategies for using life insurance. And that, the more I work in the industry, the more ways we find out how to utilize it.
Yeah, there's a lot to it. And I think that most insurance salespeople, this is why there's a bad taste in people's minds, is just because most people who sell insurance don't go the extra mile and learn about the different types. They just promote what they promote and what they're taught to sell, right?
And what they're told to sell, yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's where that comes from. But if you find the right educated representative who has your best interest at heart, like, it's a no-brainer.
And they'll be your agent for life because they actually get paid for life, on the policy. So they have an incentive to reach out to you a couple times a year at least. I know growing up, I didn't learn anything about life insurance until I was in my late 30s or early 40s. But when I did, I started with a company called Investors Group here in Canada, owned by Power Financial Corp. And they sent us off to Winnipeg in the middle of February for training. And we landed there, it was like 40 something below. And I said, what did I do wrong, in my life to get sent here in the middle of February? I must have done something wrong in my past. But they took us on a tour of the Investors Group building. And on the top floor, they have a little archive, a library with a lot of artifacts in there from, days gone by. And they had this little tin can. And the guy said, does anybody know what that is? And I said, yeah. I remembered when I was a kid growing up, like 10, 11, 12 years old, every month the insurance guy would come around to pick up the premiums. This is before computers. I grew up in the 70s. And he said, yeah, you're right. And he told us the story how people would fold up the money, put it in these little cans and put it in their mailbox at the end of the driveway. And I wonder how long they kept doing that once kids started going around finding out who had life insurance policies to pilfer the money out of the tin cans out of the mailboxes at the end of the driveway. But it was interesting seeing the history of insurance and how it correlates, to the digital age and what we're doing now with digital marketing and online signatures. But they used to, the insurance guy used to come around, and I asked my mother, I said, that guy Henry that came around all the time to have coffee with grandpa and grandma all the time, I said, was he an insurance guy? And she said, yeah, that was the insurance guy. So he'd come around once a month to pick up the premiums.
I didn't know any of that. That's funny.
Yeah, it's an interesting story. Yeah, well, you're a digital guy, so you wouldn't know anything about that. Joke of the day. Where are my clothes? Dad says, Goodwill. I needed the tax deduction. So a lot of people will do anything and everything to save money on tax. There's things that you can do, things that you can't do. One of them you should not do is give away your spouse's clothes. That is to get a tax deduction. Buying clothes, maybe. If you have uniforms for your business, you're allowed to deduct the clothing. Then make sure you have a monogram on them or some type of label. Then they become tax deductible, and the cleaning costs are tax deductible. So that's a little insight on a little tax tip, especially if you have a business where where you're paying substantial amounts of money for clothing or uniforms.
I'm just going to get my little logo stitched on the inside of every single shirt and pants that I buy and underwear.
I know an accountant that did that, Harvey Knotts. He's a CA. I'll give him a shout out and a plug. He's in Langley, BC. I believe he's still in business. Met him at a networking event that we used to go to, actually Toastmasters. Harvey Knotts, CA. He's CPA now, I guess. They're all CPAs now. But he was, I saw him one day, and I didn't know he had children. I saw him one day with a young guy, a little teenage guy in his car. And then I asked him at the next event, I said, Harvey, I didn't know you had kids. And he said, no, I don't. He goes, I'm a big brother. So he supports big brothers. But he had a nice shirt on one day. It was a cream color shirt, and he had a cream color logo. You could barely see the logo on the lapel of his shirt or the chest of his shirt. I said, Harvey, you got something on your shirt? And he looked down, and I didn't realize that. I thought it was, from a donut or something. And he said, no, that's the logo. And I looked at it and I said, yeah, it had HK for Harvey Knotts, KNOTTS, I think it's spelled. And the light bulb went off right away. I'm like, what a geek. Like, typical accountant, man. He gets it monogrammed so he can, write off the dry cleaning and the cost of the shirts. but it's a no-brainer. I mean, that's what we do on this webinar is, give you, Jesse brings the affiliate hacks and tips, and we bring the tax tips. So little things, if you can get some nuggets, carry those into your business. And if you're interested in becoming an affiliate for us, there's a link below. Click the QR code or go to dollartaxclub.ca/affiliates and get signed up. We give a 20% referral on all tax business for the first year of business, and a 5% trailer for life. And that's automated through Kartra software. And you could talk about Kartra if you want a little bit, Jess.
Yeah, I can chat about Kartra. So Kartra is it's kind of an all-in-one encompassing software that you can run all of your marketing, build websites, build sales funnels, manage your email lists and email broadcasts, text messages, track your revenue. You can build membership sites. So if you have a course that you want to put together, you can put together a course in Kartra. There's a lot of different things. You can manage your calendar through Kartra, set schedule, booking links, and all sorts of different things. It's, like I said, it's an all-in-one tool that you can use to essentially run your business. And I've been using it for years. It's one of my favorite. Now, there's some other softwares that are coming out or that have come out that are doing equally beneficial things. However, for someone who's just kind of looking for something to manage all of their business and do all of those things, build funnels, websites, manage your pipeline and email lists and stuff, Kartra is probably the most user-friendly. There's not really a lot of technical sides of it. Everything is very simple. And one thing I love about it is everything you go to do in Kartra, it's a step-by-step process, and it walks you through and says, what do you want this, when this happens, what do you want, to happen? Or when this trigger happens, like, and a lot of softwares, they don't have that step-by-step guide. So there's a lot of things that you can miss if you're not really efficient with those kind of things. And so Kartra is just, it's a very good all-in-one platform. And
CRM and funnel software all in one, along with billing, etc.
Yeah, I'm a huge fanatic of it. It's definitely worth the money.
So here's our program in a nutshell. I mean, 3 key points. What's in it for clients? What's in it for Dollar Tax Club? That's us. And what's in it for affiliates? So if you're watching this and you're interested in being a client, just go to dollartaxclub.ca. It costs you $1 to sign up. You get 30% off of your tax services every year, 40% if you sign up for tax services before the end of January. So if you haven't used Mr. Taxes before, the engine behind the tax services at the Dollar Tax Club, get signed up, find out, get that 10-year tax review. What's in it for affiliates? I'll leave that one for you, Jess, but what's in it for us at the Dollar Tax Club is we get to help more clients. Everybody's looking for business. Everybody has to eat. Of course, we're looking for more clients. But for $1, you can't go wrong. And for affiliates, it's absolutely zero to sign up. Have you seen an affiliate program like this before, Jess? I mean, there's similar ones. We've copycatted a lot. I mean, there's a lot of copycatting in the industry.
Yeah, I've never seen one for like the tax services like this. Not anything even comparable. Most affiliate programs you don't have to pay anything for, which is, kind of handy and cool. You can promote a lot of things without having to pay for it. But when it comes to what we're doing with Dollar Tax Club, this is an industry that every Canadian essentially needs, right? Tax services and bookkeeping and, all of those things go hand in hand. And so I've never seen an affiliate program run through an accounting firm that's even, I've never even seen anything else like this ever.
Yeah, there's one in the States, and we're looking at doing some work with them. They're doing a similar thing. They're working with Entre Institute, a big accounting firm, and they've launched through Entre Institute for all of their clients. But we have an affiliate link with them, or they have an affiliate link with us for their Canadian team. Of course, the American market's always 10 times larger. So we're looking forward to, solidifying a partnership in the US. But for now, we're in Canada, and it's working well for us. So if you've ever thought about setting up an affiliate program, unless you're in the accounting industry, of course, because we have, Jesse will self-detonate if he works with another accountant. But if you're an affiliate marketer and you're looking at using Kartra, reach out to Jesse. He's the guy. So again, what's in it for clients? Complimentary tax review. We go back 10 years, discount on services, and fast track for tax documents. That's a given. Affiliates, Jesse, I'll let you run with this one.
Well, the obvious one is referral commissions, 20% upfront for the first year. Anyone that you get on board with tax services or bookkeeping, and essentially anything that they sign up for through the Dollar Tax Club, 20% upfront.
Tax course. Yeah, we have the tax course in there, the Certified Tax Preparer course. So if you're a bookkeeper and you're looking at doing tax services, it's a course that will allow you to do 50% of all tax returns filed in Canada at the end of that course. 40-hour course, and you'll be equipped with the tools, knowledge, software to handle over half of the different tax returns that are filed every year in Canada. We call them basic returns. And then the rest is a learning curve after that. But that's you earn 20% on that course if somebody does buy that course.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's a lot of different opportunities there, as well as the 5% trailing commissions that happen annually. So anyone who stays with us, then you would get 5% of those ongoing for forever. Social media exposure, website exposure. So we actually have an in-house graphics team that'll put together some really cool ads for you, and some different graphics and things that take time to put together. This is all done for you, branded to you. Also, we do put our little Dollar Tax Club spin on them, obviously. But branded to you, your face, your information, all of that stuff, so you can use for social media, as well as you get put on the slider of the website. So the website MrTaxes.ca, that's the proper website. 10, just over 10,000 hits per month. So that's 10,000 people that could be potentially viewing your face at no extra cost. Seeing your information and potentially leading them to you to become your next client for whatever it is that you're promoting. As well as discounted services, like Rob was talking about, 30% discounted services. The exception to that is it gets better in January. If you sign up for tax services, you get 40% discount.
And that's for all members.
Yeah.
All members. So what's in it for us? We love keeping clients compliant. We help clients minimize tax. We love keeping money in clients' pockets and not giving it to the government. That is our goal.
Hey, Rob, really quick. What's your goal of total tax savings for all of your clients?
The goal is to reduce personal income tax to zero. That is the goal. Our corporate clients, I don't know if you're looking at a different tangent, but our number one goal for clients is to get them incorporated so that they can pull all their money out of their corporation tax-free. So we believe in taxes, but not on our income.
Don't you have like a really big number that you want to have combined between all of your clients put together, though, of total tax savings that you've helped?
Yeah, $100 gazillion. I mean, the numbers, it's hard to find the number because there's $440 billion of tax revenue collected every year. So let's shoot for that, 400 billion.
There you go.
That's the personal tax revenue. But we do believe in taxes. We need firemen, we need roads, we need infrastructure, hospitals, but not on our income. I mean, we abolished slavery, almost 100 years ago now. And the Income Tax Act has been around since 1917 in Canada. The Wartime Measures Act was supposed to be a temporary tax. They're all supposed to be temporary, but it's lingered around now. It's, we're over 100 years being taxed on our income. If we collected taxes in other areas, the second largest area of tax collection is property taxes. The third one is municipal taxes for schools. A lot of people don't realize that for public schools. It's the biggest municipal cost for municipalities. So why not just raise those a little bit and let us just work and earn a living? I mean, it's our right under the Constitution, but again, the Constitution's not really worth the paper it's written on, because they have that, accept all clause. But our goal is, a hefty goal. It's to eliminate personal income tax. Let's, eliminate it for our listeners at least. So if you're in business and you're a sole proprietor, let's look at getting you incorporated. Let's look at ways of getting money out of your corporation tax free. It's the same on the affiliate side. How do you drive up sales? How do you drive up clicks and eyeballs on your ads? For us, it's a different goal.
Yeah. I like it because it's all about, make more money or save money on different things without having to work extra, without having to sell more, without, it's just extra money in your pocket.
Yeah. The goal of being in business is, to earn revenue. Number one, you don't go into business because you love it. That's a hobby. If you go 3 months and you're not making money at what you're doing, it becomes a hobby. So turn it into a business. Real businesses get incorporated at some point. That's your goal. You should have a goal to grow your business. If you don't have a goal to grow the business, it's a hobby. Now, how do you earn a living? You have to have that trade-off. And that brings us to my favorite part of every week is we should have a drum roll or some music segue for this, for the affiliate hacks of the week.
Yeah, maybe Matt can edit that in.
Yeah, we'll put him to the challenge. We'll put a little affiliate hack jingle.
Yeah, there you go.
So the affiliate hack for the week.
Affiliate hack of the week is anything that you're talking to your clients about. Anytime you're having a meeting, anytime you're having a conversation with people, and you find yourself making a recommendation. So, for example, I was on a call last night with a couple of my clients, and I recommended a book. The book was called what is it? Millionaire Secrets. I have it downstairs in my office anyways. But anyways, I recommended this book. Now, many people, they'll make these recommendations for books, courses, information, things that you can use to make your life easier. But what they don't realize, or what they don't do, is go the extra mile and actually go ahead and sign up to be an affiliate for Amazon, for example, right? So just like it's free to sign up for the Dollar Tax Club affiliate program, it's also free to sign up for an Amazon affiliate. And anyone can do this. You can get a link to any product on Amazon. So instead of just making the recommendation and saying, hey guys, go on Amazon and buy this book, what I do is I go on Amazon, I get my custom coded affiliate link from Amazon for that book. I then make the recommendation for the book, and I say, hey guys, just to make life easier, I actually have the link here for you to go and get it. So I just drop the link, send it to them, they click on it. Now, the really cool thing about that is now that person is coded to you. So anytime that they buy anything from Amazon, whether it's in that order, whether it's, a week from now, a month from now, until they sign up with a different person's affiliate link, everything that they buy from Amazon is now coded to you and you get a commission for it, which is pretty sweet. That's a good little hack right there.
There are, I guess, tens of thousands of affiliate links all over the internet. There's ClickBank, which is a big one. That's probably the predominant one. But that's where we got the bug. We have our own affiliate links. The software we use is Kartra. Jesse mentioned that earlier. And it's very easy to get your link. We have people signing up all the time that aren't using their links. And we get clients referred to us and we say, who referred you? And they say, well, it was so-and-so. Let's say Johnny. So Johnny referred you. Johnny has an affiliate link, but he never sent it to them. And he's missing out on that revenue. I mean, the whole purpose of being in business, being an affiliate, and, touching, all the bases as you go around to make sure you score that run when you hit home plate. One of the biggest ones I've seen online, biggest success stories, is Stephen James. We should put him on the list to try and get him on again. And he has hundreds of YouTube videos. In every YouTube video, he has his affiliate links for every product he mentions in every one of his videos. And he's traveling around the world now, living off the revenues from Amazon, and his girlfriend is doing it as well. So there's, an easy story.
Yeah, there's tons of people that make a ton of money just doing that. YouTube videos, make recommendations, say, hey, if you want to check this out, the link's in the description. You can do that with blog posts. I know there was, well, I'm not even going to tell that story because it'll give people ideas, but
right there, the links are in the YouTube channel here below if you're watching on YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it's all about, right? And I don't think people would even be upset if they really found out that it was an affiliate link, because people like helping other people out, right? If there's a way to share the wealth and give a kickback to someone who made a good recommendation, I mean, I'm good with it. Usually when somebody does make a recommendation to me on something, like that, I say, hey, do you have an affiliate link for that? I'll sign up through your link, right? Because why not?
There, I just had his, I'm queuing up his video. I'm going to put it, his YouTube channel in the link here. Just give Stefan a shout out. He stopped into our office before he went on. He's over 1 million subscribers now on YouTube. When he came into our office, it was about 5 or 6 years ago. Zero, no YouTube channel, nothing. He said, I'm going to get into the affiliate marketing industry. And he's grown a massive channel, grown a massive income for himself, and he gets to travel all over the world now and stay in different places. And he makes a disclaimer that the places he's staying in are leased or rented. And, I'm sure he's going to settle down somewhere at some time. But for now, it looks like he's having the time of his life. So his YouTube channel is in there, and his benchmark video or his header video shows his lifestyle. And, that's the lifestyle he's living. All from, like Jesse said, remember to give or sign up for that affiliate program, starting with the Dollar Tax Club.
Yeah. Everything that I do and everything that I ever recommend to people, I look to see if there's an affiliate program set up for it. And I have a whole spreadsheet of just all the different affiliate programs that I've ever signed up for. I have the website to get back to it. And the link, my affiliate link inside of there in a column. I have, what commissions do they pay? All of the information in my little spreadsheet. So anytime that I'm about to make a recommendation for anything, I just go through my spreadsheet, copy the link, send it to somebody. Super simple, easy to manage. And, it may not seem like a lot when you're thinking about a book recommendation, for example. Yeah, you could make $2 off of that or $3 off of that as a commission. But if you're doing this all the time, then it just starts to slowly build up and turns into a case like the guy you were just talking about, where he makes a video, makes a couple recommendations, drops a couple links. He's got, a lot of people that view it. Boom. There's all of a sudden he's raking in the cash.
That's it. And traveling around the world and living the lifestyle. So that's it. That's your affiliate hack for the week. So tune in more. I think one upcoming episode, Jesse, maybe you could show a simple system for affiliate marketers, how to track their affiliate links. Like you said, a simple spreadsheet. There may be software out there to do it. So let's bring that up in one of the upcoming episodes. And if you're watching, tune in for that. Remember to like, subscribe, and comment in the section below, especially if you're watching on YouTube.
Yeah, I could definitely give away. I could just give away the spreadsheet with the columns built into it. I'm not going to share my screen for it right now or anything, because it does have username and password columns in there. And
we'd love to have those.
Yeah,
I'm sure some people tuning in would love to have those as well. But I think one of the links we could plant a couple in there. Number one, Dollar Tax Club link.
Yeah,
and that way people can download the spreadsheet and get started with our program right away. Yeah. Jesse goes through those every week, sees the new signups. We reach out to them. They get automated emails welcoming you on board. The link is here in the screen below, how to sign up. But once you do get signed up, we walk you through the process. No matter what industry you're in, we can set up, those templated marketing pieces for you with the QR code. Of course, it has our marketing material in there, just subtly in the corners, but it's branded with your colors, your logos, etc. And gotta love the timing on that mute button with Jesse. It's impeccable timing.
I'm at the very end of a cold right now, so I can feel the coughs coming on. So I try to,
Well, the whole world's at the end of some coughing and sneezing, so we'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
Okay. E-file versus net file. Does anybody know? Put in the chat area, except the accountants that are watching today, in the chat area, who knows the difference between e-file and net file?
I don't.
It's well, everybody's heard the terms before, and simple terms, but the big difference is an e-file license is used by tax preparers, those who are specialized in tax services, and you're required to have an e-file license from Canada Revenue. So you're vetted by Canada Revenue that you're a citizen, you file tax returns in Canada, and you're not giving your information to somebody who's using NetFile software. NetFile software you can buy at Staples, at any one of the business consumer stores, or online, and do your own taxes. So over 50% of Canadians use NetFile software to do their own taxes. So there's a massive opportunity if you're in the industry as a bookkeeper, financial planner, to offer tax services through our certified tax preparer course. And in that course, we show you how to get set up with your e-file license so you can become registered with Canada Revenue. And if you're looking for more tips like this, just tune in every week. But that's the simple one, difference between e-file and net file. So inadvertently, if you subscribe to e-file license software online, you're not sure which one to pick, ask for a refund, or they will give you a different code to put in the software so that it converts it to net file software. Most of the software companies offer both versions, biggest one being Intuit. So it's similar to ClickFunnels and Kartra and Drop Funnels. They're all affiliate marketing software, but each one does something slightly different. It gives you the same result on the tax return, though. So that's your tip for the week, e-file versus net file. If you want to get into tax filing services, sign up for the Dollar Tax Club. You get the first 2 modules of the Certified Tax Preparer course for free. So you can browse through it, see if you like it, see if it's something for you. And events. Every week we got these events. Not just the weekly webinar, the Dollar Tax Club side hustle.
Do we have
side hustle.
a plan for the? Do we have a plan for the 5 circles? Do we have a plan for the 5 circles?
Yeah, that's coming up in October. So we have 2 more webinars here in September. And then for October, we'll be launching that 5-part series as part of the weekly webinars. It'll be on most likely on the Wednesday, sometime after the weekly affiliate webinar. They will be pre-recorded. You'll see Jesse and myself on there with those 5 circles talking about, if you're wanting to know what they are, reach out to us. We'll get you the worksheet. So there's a worksheet that we give to everybody at the beginning of each of the 5-part series. And you can follow along and track your financial score. It's a score out of 100. And surprisingly, the average score is below 50 for most Canadians.
I am not surprised by that, honestly.
Yeah, but usually just by going through the free tax review, that 12-year tax review, and working on the debt side. So we are working with a company now that deals with debt. We'll have a link for that most likely by next week's webinar. So one of the first things we do with that 5-part series is talk to our listeners about tax filing, making sure everything's up to date, making sure you have all your refunds. The second part of it is, before we can work with clients on the financial side, we got to make sure you don't have any bad debt. And we have a company now, if you do have bad debt, they can help get that cleared up or get your credit score repaired so you can get a mortgage, so that at some point in your life, you can get financing to buy a vehicle, financing to put your kids through school, those types of things that maybe you didn't know how to do before. And that's what we like to do every week, is just bring value. And that 5-part series will be starting in October, and we'll start introducing it next week and start giving that handout next week to people in advance so they can work on it before that 5-part series starts. It's the 5 circles of financial planning. That'll be on the events page. And Q&A. We never usually have questions. I guess everybody knows everything.
Yeah, I think when there's never any questions, that either means that we're doing our job or people just are not paying attention, which I don't think that's the case.
What was that, Jess? What did you say?
I think if there's no questions,
they're not paying attention.
Exactly.
So let's throw the challenge out there. We got some people on this morning. Just throw a couple of questions in. Like we mentioned earlier, upcoming, this is an affiliate marketing webinar, so it's really a referral program. You know, in layman's terms, I always like to use the analogy. the last time you saw a good movie and you referred somebody to that movie, did Cineplex or Landmark Cinemas send you a gift card for referring them? No. But the affiliate program does that, and Jesse's tip this week hits the nail on the head. When you do refer something, why not get paid for it? That's affiliate marketing summed up in a nutshell.
Yep.
Let's see. No questions here. Let's ask a question. Any accountants on today? Any questions you like? How to grow your business? How to set up an affiliate program? Stump us with some tax questions.
How to build a course? How to set up automations?
Yeah, we built a course. That's something we should try and get into the Dollar Tax Club, is that course. I think we started on it. We have a plugin for a course inside, because we'll be updating that come October once the budget is released. We update the course every year, that certified tax preparer course. And with the updates, we put all the new links to all the updated forms. Once we do that, we should try and get that full course put in and work on an affiliate program for that. And then we can reach out to bookkeepers. There's 3 main associations for bookkeepers in Canada, a couple major software platforms where I'm sure bookkeepers would love to learn a little bit about tax preparation. It's just for the knowledge. Maybe you don't want to get into the business. It would help just helping set up proper set of books, knowing, for example, all the Giphy codes. If you don't know what those are, sign up for the free modules, and you'll find out what Giphy codes are.
I don't know if I want to find out what Giphy codes are.
Yeah, you don't need to know. If you're in business, the only thing you need to know is having the right accountant.
That's been my plan.
Okay, no questions today. So upcoming, we got a couple things upcoming. Number 1 is going to be our wish list for guests. Jesse and I are going to, throw our ideas around, suggested guests. We're going to come up with a top 10 list. If you have any guests in the affiliate or guest suggestions for guests that are in the affiliate marketing world, reach out to us. We'd love to get them on the webinar. They get a lot of traction on our YouTube channel, a lot of replays. They get to market their brand, get to market what they're doing, tell us what they're doing, tell us all about their program, give an offer for their program. We have a couple. One of mine is Jeremy Miner. I think I'm going to put him on the list just because Matthew is such a raving fan of Jeremy Miner. He always talks about Jeremy Miner talking with his hands. Jeremy loves using his hands to communicate, and a great communicator. I think, hundreds of thousands of followers on all the different channels, if not over 1 million. But we'd love to get him on. Who's at the top of your list?
Well, there's a few.
Russell Brunson?
Yeah, I would like to hear from him for sure. I have some questions I wouldn't mind asking him. I don't know if he'd be at the top of my list or not, but
especially because we're not using ClickFunnels.
Yeah, that's probably one of the reasons for sure. I would hate to invite him on and then just talk about Kartra the whole time.
Yeah, and I don't know the technical side, Jesse, with the software and the politics in the industry, but are there individuals out there that are using, for example, Kartra and ClickFunnels and Drop Funnels for different parts of their business?
I don't think so. Not too much.
Affiliate marketers usually stick to one platform for all their funnels?
Usually. So in my case, for example, there was a time where I was using Kartra and Drop Funnels for 2 different reasons. One was I love Kartra and I'm a big fan of Kartra, and just the user ability and the ease of use essentially.
And the software we're on today for our Webinar Jam integrates. It's the same company.
Yeah, it's owned by the same company. So, it's super easy to plug these 2 together. But so I was using Kartra for a lot of my personal stuff, but I was also trying to help give other funnels to some of my team. And at the time, Kartra didn't have an easy way to just duplicate a funnel from my account to their account. They do now. But at the time they didn't. So I was using Drop Funnels for that, where I was building these funnels as templates and then giving the funnel share code to these people. Now, the problem that I ran into is I was always promoting and talking about how much I love Kartra, but then I was giving them a funnel and they had to use Drop Funnels if they wanted to use this funnel. And so that kind of caused some issues there where people are like, well, why do I have to use Drop Funnels if you like Kartra so much? And I just said, because Kartra, that's one thing that they're lacking on, is they don't have an easy way to do that. Where they do now, they must have, realized that's a problem and they fixed it. But
they heard you.
Yeah, exactly. So now that problem solved, but that was really the only reason that I ever had 2 different softwares.
Yeah, we use Infusionsoft, which is called Keep now. Reached out yesterday to find out if, their sign up page for a meeting only has first name, last name, phone number, and email. And I contacted them through the chat and asked them if there was any way to customize that sign up form for a meeting to put an extra field in there. And they said, no, there isn't, but we've had a lot of questions on it, and I'm going to put your notes in to the product development team. So that was great feedback, from a software company of that size to actually just mention that they're going to add, one more request to their product development team. They probably get thousands or, maybe tens of thousands a week. But it's great that they work on things like that. And that's the type of software that you want, where you're going to have the ability to talk to somebody and get your questions answered. So for me, I wasn't really super disappointed that I couldn't add one, because I got that response from them. If they had said, no, sorry, we don't do that, and hung up, it would have been like, man, I'm going to start looking at a different CRM. But it's that, the caring that you get from the team.
Yeah, that kind of goes hand in hand with my affiliate of where customer service and how it's kind of disappeared worldwide. But there's still some companies out there that do have a high value for customer service, and it's just proof right here that, you go the extra mile for your customers and it keeps them happy. Where if you don't, they start to shop elsewhere. I think you're muted, Rob.
I think I am. My life story. It's that reciprocating cough, click the mute button while you're coughing or sneezing, or the video while you want to scratch your nose.
Yeah.
I always forget to turn it back on. So that wraps it up for this week anyway, for week 36. Again, we'll have our wish list for a guest to end the year out here for 2022, our top 10 list of guests to get on the Dollar Tax Club affiliate marketing webinar, side hustle for your side hustle. It's getting easier to say every week.
Yeah. By week 52, we'll have it nailed right down.
Yeah. And then somebody will probably change the brand on us. Alicia and Matthew say, well, we got to have a different brand, different name. We got to change it up a bit.
Toonie Tax Club.
There you go. Inflation. Yeah, just inflation. So contact info is on the screen. Reach out. Again, if you're in Alberta or East, just request to have a chat with Jesse. And if you're West in BC, somebody from our office here in BC will get a hold of you. And then I guess until next week, keep plugging away.
Yeah. Have a great week, everybody. We'll see you next week.